Thursday. And of course, around here, people have observed the sit at home exercise, and for some reason it's supposed to last for 2 days. So Monday and Tuesday was almost a complete shutdown around here, depending on where you are looking at it from. Though some people were able to move around, but it turns out that a lot of people were not able to move around. We are going to look at the headlines this morning. We are going to talk about the top stories and major stories in the Nigerian news space this morning. We are going to address them, analyze, and share our thoughts on those headlines, because every day here there is always something new going on that needs our urgent attention and observation. And also, to add to that, we will also be discussing the Enugu State government's reaction to the sit at home exercise and the actions that it has decided to take considering that particular subject. Welcome to the program this morning. You can join us live on YouTube at High Voltage News on YouTube, and you can follow the program on Facebook by following the Volt FM page. That is Volt 1043 FM. And remember to subscribe, share, and like our YouTube page. Okay, you'll be doing us a lot of favor. Okay, also I will encourage you to call into the studio when we open up the phone lines to be able to join the conversation and share your views on these subjects. Okay, welcome to the show. My name is Mavis Atudume, and we will begin by looking at the Vanguard newspaper this morning to tell you that uh, some things have happened, and we will take some of the major headlines from the major newspapers, and then we will give you the Vote FM special report, where we gather other news from other channels that are very, very verifiable, from direct access of the people who are delivering these stories, from their verified handles, and from their direct press and media people. All right, let's tell you that Sanwo-Olu cancels application fees for scholarship and bursary awards in Lagos. We don't know why that is, but that seems to be the situation. Lagos Calabar Coastal Road, Nigerians in diaspora seek NAS intervention. It's been on the news. The Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. It's been on the news. Bielsa government pledges more support for IFAD and life projects. All right, that's as much as we can get from the Vanguard news. Let's quickly switch over to Punch to quickly grab a few stories there. PDP crisis, anti-Damagun plot thickens as NEC meet on Thursday. Anti-Damagun plot thickens as NEC meets on Thursday. Naira for crude. Dangote gets NNPCL's first supply. Naira for crude. Dangote gets NNPCL's first supply of crude. Is that good news? We will find out. Nigeria still borrowing amid high debt costs, says the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Nigeria is still borrowing amid high debt costs. That's what's going on this morning on the Punch newspaper. You can get more of that, or you can also grab those stories on High Voltage News on YouTube this morning. Right, that's as much as we can pick from the Punch this morning. Let's quickly look at the Daily Post and see what we can grab from over there. Peter Obi can't be vice president. Atiku has inordinate ambition. Stakeholders squash merger talks. All right, that's about 2027, and believe it or not, the conversations have already begun, and it's on. All right, it's on. Whether they tell you they are not talking about it or not doing anything about it, they've already started working. Denying Igbo presidency for attempting to break out of Nigeria is unfair. This is coming from ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria, as you know. PDP crisis. Court stops Bala Mohammed and his led faction from holding NEC meeting. A lot is going on with the PDP, but I think they might need to do a lot of homework so that they can get their party back on track. All right, let's see if we can grab a couple more. All right, Senate sets up panel to investigate NDLEA's drug trafficking allegations against Ashiru. All right, that's as much as we can grab from those newspapers this morning. Now, let me take you to where the stories get even so much better. From the Sahara Reporters this morning, the Christian Association of Nigeria kicks as Governor Alex Soti imposes signpost tax on Abia State churches. All right, CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, kicks as Governor Alex Soti imposes signpost tax on Abia churches. All right. You will think that we will break out into a prayer this time around, but it seems that can do something or become angry with the government or try to do something about something they do not like. But that's on another news. Also, breaking from Satisens, Nigeria is projected to end 2024 with a GDP value of 199.72 billion, according to IMF. Okay, this is coming from a report on WEO October 2024. And it says this will put Nigeria as the fourth largest economy in Africa behind South Africa, Egypt, and Algeria. And it seems that we were doing about 500 plus just 5 years ago. That's 500 plus billion dollars 5 years ago. And in just 1 year and some months, we've gone completely uh, below status quo. And now we are at 199.72 billion, according to IMF. So we are fourth on the list this time around, and we used to be first, at least in 2015. APC has made some really swift and recognizable changes with our economic management. And it's really clear to see. One wonders how it became so poignant in such a short period of time. Also, from the First Lady Remi Tinubu, as she addresses religious leaders in the country, she says to pray for government and let us not curse. Okay, that's let us not curse, insult, nor castigate the government. All right, this is coming from the First Lady as she addresses religious leaders. All right, let's grab a couple more from uh, our neighbor, our neighbors in Africa. Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, turns down IMF financial assistance. All right, let's take that again. Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, turns down IMF financial assistance. That is such a, uh, I don't know, even surprising story coming from an African leader. But this particular president has taken some very swift changes for the sake of his people. And they have recorded so many changes out there in Burkina Faso. They've said that the amount of gold that they have been able to amass for themselves in the past 1 year that these reforms have been happening surpasses the amount of gold that the country has made for itself in the past 50 years that the French were still running things in their country. I don't know the audacity of this African president, but his people seem to be very impressed with the changes he's making around his country. So, moving on to other stories, a bill to establish a new Oyo state and remain the existing Oyo state to Ibadan state has passed its second reading in the House of Representatives. If you need to hear that again, a bill to establish a new Oyo state and rename the existing Oyo state to Ibadan state has passed its second reading in the House of Representatives. Comments, reactions, and contributions will be opening up the phone lines as soon as possible so that you can join the conversation and get to react to any of these headlines as you find uh, interesting, as you find concerning, or maybe affected. Now, there is a documentary, Nigeria's Undisputed Queen of Corruption, Dezani. This is probably a collection of the entire lowdown of this ex-oil minister's activities with the Nigerian funds. It's such an amazing story. You might want to look that up and know what's happening. 17 hours ago, breaking news. The team boss of Kano Pillars Football Club involved in a crash, players injured and rushed to hospitals. We hope that those young men are doing okay. We hope that they're safe and that nobody was badly hurt. I hope and that no lives were lost as well. All right, let's see if we can gather a couple more stories this morning. Let's see. Okay, so transmission company, that is the TCN, confirms power outage in the northern region of the country and blames the IPOB sit at home for disruption in the southeast. Okay, so the electricity outage that we experienced some days ago was because of the IPOB movement in the country. Okay, that is coming from the TCN. Also from the presidency this morning, pay our outstanding, okay, pay 1,000 naira for petrol or pay 200 naira per meter for CNG gas. All right, let's take that again. Buy petrol for 1,000 naira per liter or CNG at 200 naira per meter. Tinubu tells Nigerians. Okay, just in case you're wondering how you're going to manage yourself, these are your options. Buy petrol for 1,000 or buy CNG at 200 naira per meter. You have options. Also, beggars on the streets of Abuja embarrass Nigeria. Tinubu's government complains. This complaint is coming from Wike, the FCT minister. Beggars on Abuja streets embarrass Nigeria and Tinubu's government, says Minister Wike. These are developing stories in the country right now. There are reports. Enugu State Governor threatens to sanction teachers, bankers, traders for obeying the sit-at-home order. All right, these particular headlines have triggered a lot of comments and contributions and reactions and all kinds of emotional feelings from most especially the people who live in Enugu here that are mostly affected by this particular headline. Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah threatens to sanction teachers, bankers, traders for obeying the sit-at-home order. And on that particular headline, I will be opening up the phone lines this morning. You can share your thoughts, contributions, and suggestions with me this morning on the program. React to any of these headlines or any of the stories. As you see, please try to keep your comments clean, simple, and civil so that we do not break any rules while we're trying to do what is good for our country and for ourselves. Okay, the numbers to call to be able to join this particular program and share your views with us this morning are 0706 5853. Okay, you can also call 0915 570-8347. Okay, that's 0706 5853. Also call 0915-570-8347 to be a part of the show this morning. Call live into the studio, or you can drop text messages or WhatsApp messages on any of those numbers and we'll be able to reel them out. Good morning to you. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Pastor Daniel. Yes, sir.
I don't understand those our government. Are they forcing people to come out so that they will kill them? Assuming now when they come out and they will start shooting, start killing. So all they need to do is just to do the needful things so that peace will remain. So tracking them is like he's showing them wicked. He's trying to kill them because when you sack someone from his work because of the he's running away or guiding his life, you are killing the person too. So let that one pass. The other one, the Abia State governor trying to impose, maybe he's trying to collect money from the signpost, the churches. That one is not good.
Okay.
It's not good.
Why
he's
is
doing
that?
well. He's doing well in his government, but this one now is not good.
Okay.
He just allow the church to stay. That's my own comment this morning. Thank you.
All right, my good man. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and comments with us this morning. Your ideas are very appreciated. Sometimes we all need to put our heads together to make sense of what's going on. I don't know legally, is the government supposed to stop people from, moving around? Is it okay to come for business people for not opening up their own businesses? Is it legal? We're about to find out this morning. Welcome.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Philip from Premier State.
Mr. Philip, you're welcome, sir.
I want to talk on the issue of the Enugu State government trying to sanction some workers for obeying sit-at-home orders.
That is
You
true.
know, this country is just like we are sitting on a timing, on a ticking bomb, of which if they are not careful, once the bomb explodes, it's going to affect everybody, both the upper class, middle class, and the lower class. So the governor shouldn't carry out such steps on the workers. Because if they decide to go out, those dangerous guys can just waste their lives. Because considering what is happening in the country, Governor of Enugu State, Peter Mbah, should be very, very careful. He should take the caution. He has done enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip. All right, we want to know if this is the right step, if this is the smart thing to do. The governor has, put up this particular sanction. It's threatening for people who have their thing going on. But let's hear how you feel about this particular sanction. Good morning to you. Hello? Okay, what's going on?
Are you hearing me?
Yes. I think
okay,
we.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Just.
Welcome. How are you this morning?
I'm cool.
You're welcome, sir.
See, Mavis, is church not a profit-oriented organization?
It's for God, please.
For God.
Yes, sir.
But I remember the God saying, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar." Jesus making that pronunciation, and see, let me tell you, someone in church can pay for that. What is billboard? That signpost. An individual from church can pay it.
Oh yeah.
That is why God has.
That makes sense.
Whatever law or whatever tax he imposes, God will always bring someone who will pay for it. And Jesus did it. He made the provision for his disciple to pay tax. So I don't see anything wrong in asking church to pay for. After all, they make profit. So there's nothing wrong. If church is very sincere within themselves, they themselves can pay for it, because the Bible also tells us to obey a constituted authority. The Bible admonishes us to obey constituted authority. So if there are any law existing, it is that law that guides we human on earth and must be obeyed. Once government make a law, it behoves on every citizen, including the church, to obey. There's nothing wrong in paying tax. Someone from church can pay that tax. Are you getting me?
I'm with you. I'm right here.
No, I don't see anything wrong in that. Yeah. If they
Okay.
are sincere within themselves, it shouldn't be an issue. That statement shouldn't be an issue. They will ask people to pay. After all, people bring money to the church every day on a daily basis. So let me come to our own dear governor, Ikamba. I think we need to learn from our mistake. We need to learn from our past. Forcing people against their will when you have not done the needful is totally wrong. In the north, when such a thing, insurgencies occur, there are negotiations. We have seen the northern governors pay ransom, pay people. Even a sitting governor tells us that he paid people not to kill. It's obvious. It's not hidden. Why can't we negotiate with our own men? What is happening? Why can't we borrow a leaf from others? Must we always allow security men to kill our people while others do negotiation? There are leaders. Look for the leaders. Identify them. Don't put it on them that they must stop this. No, negotiate with them. Know their feeling. That is why you are government. Bring them closer. Advise them as a father. Advise them. Taking it like a war does not help issue. War and peace, war and war does not go together. You can only have war and peace if you want to achieve a resolution. So I urge our governors, please, this issue of bringing army, bringing soldier, why don't you do the needful? Negotiate with these people, call them to order. They are your children. Call them, sit them, invite them. You see what Goodluck Yar'Adua did to Asari Dokubo when Asari Dokubo was in prison. They invited them. They come there. They talk things together. They have leaders who those ones who are under them. Listen to, bring those people, talk to them, go into closed door meeting, talk with them, reason with them. They should call this thing order. This forceful imposition cannot stand. We have not achieved anything since, and we can never achieve anything with this. These people say they are sit at home. Bring them together. It doesn't stop. Nothing stops our governors from going to Finland to meet their brother, Simon Ekpa. Nothing stops them. We saw the Yoruba did it when Sunday Igboho was in Cotonou. We saw him. Even the elders go there. They felicitate with him and tell him that we are still with you, but please calm down a little. This is how to do things. You don't bring harm on your people.
Okay, Justice, please can you hurry up, sir, so that we can let other people join the conversation?
They should do something. They should have a round table discussion. This is conflict resolution. Resolve it and let's move on. This issue of threat has never helped us and will never help us. Good morning.
Good morning to you too, Mr. Justice. Try to have a great day out there. It seems that Anambra State Governor as well, that is Chukwuma Soludo, is also toeing this direction of sanctioning business owners and bankers and other, service workers for not showing up on the sit-at-home. One wonders, why are we not addressing the reason why there's a sit-at-home? Why address people who are trying to be on the safe side? This is the real situation. What about addressing the insecurity? Good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, you're welcome there.
Thank you. I only just want to say something concerning what our governor said.
Oh, no problems. Just quickly give me your name and location and then go.
Okay, I'm Joy, calling from Enugu.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. My dear, telling people to come out, we are trying to sanction them. I know what we are talking about here is life. When anyone is killed, you will remain in your house. Okay, will he tell me that his filling station is open? His filling station, is he open? No. So why is he asking people to come out? Okay, if their business, if they got burned, what will he do? Will he give them another money? If that person die, will he give life? Everybody is trying to make sure that he's safe, he or she is safe. That is the thing. Like our brother said, why can't they go and negotiate with their brother? Why can't they do the right thing they're supposed to do? Their brother is in prison. Why can't they go there and find a way? Whenever that man is out, all these things will stop. If that one is not okay, why can't they go to Finland and talk to the person that is in Finland that is pushing all these things? Asking people to come out. You yourself, you are at home and you are telling people to come out. If you see that, then lead now, come out first. If they start shooting now, you will know, is it army gun will shoot you, or is it police own will shoot you, or is it the people we are the guys own will shoot you? You don't even know where the bullets will come from. You don't know the people with bullets that will shoot you. You don't even know. So that is the thing. He should calm down. That is not the way to do things.
All right, Joy, thank you very much for joining this program. This is probably very sensitive because ladies barely call into the show, but I do appreciate you for calling in, Joy. This is very concerning. This is very, it's worth looking into because one wonders, is this the best way to look at it? Is this our mode of solving problems? Why always go after the people who seem to be the victims in the story? Why do we victim blame? Because this is victim blaming. I feel like the people are not sitting home. Have you considered the economic situation of this country? Do you think anybody wants to sit at home for 2 days? What about the sustainability? How do people feed their children and themselves while they are sitting at home? Do you think that this is something that the people in the Southeast really love to do? Put a lot of things into consideration. I'm hoping that the Enugu State government is listening to this conversation and gathering polls and gathering the reactions of the Enugu people to this headline. I hope that someone is listening. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. My name is Faith. I'm calling from Enugu State.
You're welcome, Favor.
Thank you. Okay. Concerning what the governor says about the workers,
Yes.
well, he's saying his mind. And just like the other lady said, Joy,
Yes.
he should lead so that yes, he has security surrounding him, and we don't have. How can we come out risking our life? First of all, there is no vehicle. There's no vehicle to go to work. So are you going to trek from, let's say, from Abapa to Essex, or people coming from 9th Mile to Enugu town? How are they going to cope? No vehicle, no movement. You will come out, you won't see anybody. How do we, like, okay, he thinks we are happy being at home. For these 2 days, feeding is another thing. All the children in the house, they will feed 3 times with the disturbance and everything. It is not easy for us. He should try and understand. We are humans. We are humans. They have upper hand to make things right than we. So please, I plead with him to calm down with that action and whatever reaction he's planning to take on the workers, including me myself, because I'm not going to risk my life. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too, ma'am. Try to have a good day ahead of you. I hope that the Pitamba administration is listening to the cries of her people as they ask him to reconsider his strategy to handling these very sensitive conversations. Just some weeks ago, some months ago, we have been going through hikes upon hikes upon hikes upon hikes. We can barely feed ourselves. We can barely get ourselves to the offices. Our salaries, the things we are receiving as a reward or as pay, because at this point it seems like stipends. It's not up to, I'm not sure they are worthy of being called salaries, considering how things are going in the country. And the taxation, and the transportation that is choking us. And now you want to punish people for trying to be safe? This strategy, someone should really look at it. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, my name is Roland.
Namdi, sir.
Roland.
Roland, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
thank you. Yeah, it's so unfortunate to hear this kind of news from the Enugu state government. You know, this government, since its inception, it has been a government that has not been for the people. And what they're after is to generate money to make, as in, to prove to themselves, to prove to others that they are doing well, in terms of building or whatever it is. They keep imposing taxes on people. There are things to do for the people. They have not done anything that will influence the life of people directly. Rather, they are looking for a way to make out of the people. It's so unfortunate. His predecessor, not the director, I think Sullivan, when he was in power, there was a free transportation around or subsidized transportation for the people. I think he was trying to influence the life of the people directly. But this one, you can't say anything like that. Rather, you see them imposing taxes, looking for a way to draw from the people, making the people, and other things. Now, this cartoon is here. People are looking for a way.
Mr. Roland?
They are looking for a way to protect themselves from all this, from keep themselves from safety, to safeguard their life. We are trying to forcing them out of danger. What are they doing to protect these people? Is it enough to say go out, forcing them out? Suppose anything happens to them, what will happen? What will the government do? Rather to come and say, oh, sorry. The highest they will say is sorry. Now you are forcing them to come out. They are not doing anything to stop it. They are not going to the source. How do we solve this? How do we stop this? You want to come out and then we say, oh, we are succeeded in stopping it too. How do you stop it? At the expense of the people? It's very unfortunate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roland, for calling the show. It's Volt 104.3 FM, and this is High Voltage, and we are looking at the sanction for people who do not come out to conduct business during the sit-at-home. The governor is not pleased with that. But it's enough to worry about, because I made an observation myself on Monday where I went around my particular environment in Independence Layout, and there weren't a lot of security agents. In fact, there were none, security agents on the roads around where I was on Monday. And it was quite quiet. And this is considering the fact that without the sit-at-home exercise, the number of vehicles on our roads have depreciated very terribly. And this entire time that the country has been going through these very harsh economic reforms, we've not seen any projects or any alleviation schemes developed by the governors, especially in the Southeast, to help relieve the people of their burdens. We've not heard the governors in the Southeast say anything about the minimum wage that the federal government has stipulated and mandated state governors to pay their workers. This is a conversation. We've seen other governors in the north and in the south, try to set up committees to look into it and try to make sure that it becomes a thing. Most governors have decided how much that they are going to pay, and most governors are even going above the federal government stipulated 70,000 naira to try to help the people. We've expected to see subsidizations in things like transportation. We've tried to see if we can see some food, get into the market. We're trying to see if there's going to be any plan, anything that will reflect the people's consideration from the government. We are trying to see something. Infrastructural development is fantastic. It's beautiful. We see all the good work going on. We see the door industry, the metal door industry that the Peter Mbah government just unveiled in Nachi, 2 days ago. It's a beautiful innovation, fantastic movement. The International Conference Center, all these beautiful development and achievements we're seeing infrastructurally in our state, they are quite fantastic. But for hungry people, for a people who are losing faith in a system that is supposed to protect them, a people who are complaining about being overtaxed, I think the governor should do a reconsideration of this particular move. Good morning.
Good morning, I'm calling again.
Okay, can you try to move around? Let's see if we can hear you clearly.
Okay, I'm Mr. Philip calling again.
All right, welcome, Philip.
For the area of the 70,000 minimum wage, I don't think Mr. President is just playing a hanky-panky with the citizens.
Do you think that the president will say something he doesn't mean?
Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
I said that Mr. President, the president of Tinubu is playing a hanky-panky with the 70,000 minimum wage.
Why would you say that?
Because he increased the minimum wage and immediately he increased the high price of the fuel. So it's as if he's playing with the intelligence of the citizenry.
Well, even if that is the case, can the citizenry at least receive the 70,000 naira? Don't you?
That is why I'm saying that he's playing the hanky-panky. He will not pay it. You know Tinubu right from Lagos. He will not pay that money.
Oh, wow. Okay, Mr. Philip, is that all you wanted to say? Okay, I think he's gone. All right, I don't know what you think about these things, but the idea is to consider all of these angles and to actually get the direct reaction of the people, the direct reactionary of the people, because this is the real conversation. These are the people who are directly affected, and you must take into consideration their feelings. You must take into consideration how all of this affects them. These policies and these sanctions they have to come from a place of common sense. They really do. They don't have to be whimsical decisions. You just wake up in the morning and then you set up. You just say things because they sound good. You can't do that, sir. I think that we need to actually do some polls from the people, get a reaction from the people before we set up certain rules, certain regulations. It's the same thing happening in Anambra State. We have our governors not facing the real object of the issue. We want to see something being done about the fact that there has to be a sit-at-home is the thing that should be addressed, not asking people to come out, and run their businesses and also fall at risk for not running them. Does the government have the powers to stop people from opening up their own businesses on certain days? I need to understand this, how it works legally. I wish some of my legal callers will be able to explain some of these things to us, because we will also try to bring some lawyers to tell us how this works legally. And if the government, quite powerful, we know they are, but has it come to a point where they can now sanction us when we are trying to protect our own selves, even if that seems to be what we're trying to do? Good morning. You're welcome, sir.
My name is Charles Matthew.
You're welcome, Charles.
Talking about the main problem is we are under police and we are undermanned. These are two issues that could be and they are taking place during the last election.
Could you explain why you said that?
If you look at Nigerian police force, we have about 300,000 men. I mean, protecting over 200 million people. If you go to people who made an started from they say we have 1 million policemen protecting 100 million people. That is one policeman to 100 million people. So in Nigeria, if you take the calculations, about one policeman is about between 600 and 700 people. So many places are not, like you said earlier, that independence, like they didn't see security men. So if Nigeria, if places are well manned, if you move from here to and see police vehicle, move from here to see police vehicle or army personnel, you feel safe. That's why people are not coming out. If policemen are everywhere, you will be very, very safe. You will be confident to come out. That is just the issue. We are under police, and the military too is on demand, as people said it during the last campaign. If you check our military, we have during that election, we have about 130,000 military men. In the country of 220 million, it's not like that in many countries. And also our equipment are not sophisticated. So we have to, first of all, in the issue of going to Finland to negotiate with Simon Eber, it's a new rule for me. Negotiate with the terrorists. People killing you every day. No advanced country does that. Even if you go to Asia, countries like what you call Saudi Arabia and all that, when somebody was there, they chased him out of Saudi Arabia. In around Sudan, first went to Afghanistan, then to Sudan. So nobody negotiates with terrorists anywhere in the world. So that is coming down. Israel does not do it. United States does not do it. Egypt does not do it. What is a defense budget? If you compare defense budget with other countries, that is where the problem is. If you take our joint defense budget, we have averaging $10 billion per annum. Nigeria defense is about $3 billion. That is the issue, that the basic fundamental issues. We are on demand. We don't have enough for defense. The police is not well funded. I don't know whether you know.
I think I'm aware.
So if you now put all this into consideration, then you now do what? Because you don't count two before you count one. You first count one before you count two. Let the police be equipped. Let the military be equipped. Then we can now fight these people. How can you come and tell me that you're going to negotiate with Simon Eber? That this government it is not done. It sounds that's the funniest argument I've ever seen. You have to first of all do the right thing. If you do the right thing, let the police break the battle rate. Fine. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Charles. Thank you so much for clearing some of that. It's all the reasons why we do this, okay, so that we can get all of the angles, so that we can get all of the perspectives, okay. You might not agree, but these are people's thoughts, and this is your thoughts. All right, thank you so much for conducting yourselves accordingly, for keeping it clean, simple, and civil, like I prefer, so that we don't break any regulations while we're trying to do what is good. You can still join the conversation. We're just about 50 minutes into 10 o'clock this morning. It's high voltage, and I am Mavis. You can call 0706 048 5853 0915 570-8347. You can send us a text message or a WhatsApp message in case you cannot call live into the studio this morning to share your thoughts with us. I would think that a lot more attention and consideration will be paid sensitive subjects like this. There's a reason why the people are not showing up, and I would have wanted to know why and how I can make it safe for my people to be able to go about and conduct their businesses. You must understand that nobody is enjoying sitting down in their homes when they should be out there catering for their families. Good morning.
Good morning. I am Ben Atudume. I am calling from Ologo.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
I am particularly talking about Governor Alex Oti taking tax for posts of churches.
Okay.
Yeah, he remembers, or he is mindful that Abia is God's own state.
Oh, okay. I would have loved to hear that, but you have a chance to still call back, Mr. Ben, and also we would love to hear that contribution from you. Abia State Governor Alex Oti set to tax the churches in Abia State for their signposts and other advertising medias that they use. And of course, the Christian Association of Nigeria is kicking against that. And we've asked you to also share your comments on that particular headline as well. The Southeast is in focus this morning as Governor Ndubisi Pitamba has sanctioned or is about to sanction bankers, traders, business owners, and schools who will not participate in, or rather, who would obey the sit-at-home orders from the IPOB. Who knows whatever faction that the orders come from this time around. There's always something happening. But yes, the governor of Enugu State is displeased with the sit-at-home exercise and threatens to sanction businesses, traders, banks, schools, and other, business owners who will, participate in the sit-at-home exercise. And we've asked you to also share your views on that particular headline. And I also told you that the governor of Anambra State is also, in fact, he was the first to told this direction and mention that he is about to take an exercise over this sit-at-home issue. In fact, there was an incident in Anambra as regards that, as he tried to enforce the you must participate and come out and do your business during the sit-at-home exercise. Now, the idea that people or the people in the southeast might be sitting home for fancy is what I do not respect from the government. I think that more careful consideration should have been paid the subject in the first place, because look at it, it's too risky, it's too consequential for the people around here to go and sit an entire 2 working days. That's Monday and Tuesday. These are the most important days in the week, if you ask most business people, considering that it's the beginning of the week and a lot is going on. And those are very important days to tell people who are very business minded, very business concentrated, to sit at home. It's almost like every other month, there's always something happening, and the people here have to do this, and our governors are not putting their heads together. We're not hearing that the governors in the southeast are having emergency meetings to try to put an end to this particular situation that we have, that has been swallowing us up economically, socially, and otherwise for years now. It's been going on for a while. We want to see you guys come together and think about how to improve this place, and not to whimsically throw around commands because they sound really good to people who are listening. It's not about that. I think a lot more attention should be paid to your citizens and your indigents and your constituents. Please, I am pleading with the governor of Enugu State this morning. His Excellency, please reconsider your strategy to dealing with the sit-at-home situation. It's as bad as it seems, but this strategy might look a little unchecked at the moment, and almost insensitive if we're looking at it like that. All right, and I'm also going to encourage